Hi guys, and welcome to the first part of this week's Coffee and Hero Show, taking you through the new graphic novels into the store. Plenty in this week in terms of trade paperbacks, hardcovers, couple of omnibuses, a little bit of everything as always. Reminder, of course, of our upcoming signing with the wonderful Mike Perkins and Garth Ennis on February 8th. That's the Saturday. It'll be from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Will be completely free signing. We'll have tons of stock on the day. Of course, you'll see a lot of that in the video next week as we prepare for their arrival. And but of course, bring your own stuff. You know, as I said, it's completely free signing, but we will have plenty of things on the day as well, and plenty of promotions and different things going on. So you can always pick stuff up there as well. But yeah, just to jump straight in, as I say, we'll kick things off with a new DC Finest. This is Supergirl, the Girl of Steel. So this covers a period from 1959 to 1962, including the very first appearance, which was in an Action Comics issue, Action Comics 252, I believe. So yeah, this covers loads of Action Comics issues, as well as Adventure Comics, Superman, Superboy, and other guest appearances in the likes of Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen as well. So again, lovely addition. I really am a big fan of these DC Finest ranges. Next up we have Little Nemo Return to Slumberland. So this is a hardcover written by Eric Shanower and art by Gabriel Rodriguez, who of course was the artist on Lock and Key. So winner of the 2015 Eisner Award. So there was these lovely new hardcover editions came out, which really showcased the art. Return to Slumberland is award-winning creators Eric Shanower and Gabriel Rodriguez celebrate the joy and wonder of Winsor McCay's influential early 20th century comic strip with an all-new tale for readers of all ages. Next up, we have a book called Four Sisters. So this is a European comic. It's been published through IDW. It is created by Katy Bauer and Malika Ferdyuk. And it is the youngest of the five Verlaine sisters, the one no one believes when she says she heard a ghost howling in the backyard, the one who likes cakes with walnuts in them and sleeping with the cats Ingrid and Roberto, the one who sets out on a quest to find her bat Swifty, who's been missing ever since the big storm. In a house full of sisters, Edda knows just how to make herself comfortable, indoors when need be, outside when she feels like it. So yeah, another example of European comics, that bigger format and being printed for an audience over here, which is great to see. Next up, we have the Witcher Library Volume 1 hardcover. So Dark Horse like to put these out every so often. They collect together trade paperback collections, story arcs, that kind of thing, and put all into one. So this collects issues 1 to 5 of House of Glass, Fox Children, Curse of Crows, and The Killing Monsters at one shot as well. So this is the Witcher comics pretty much from the start. As I say, Volume 1 of the Witcher Library. So moving on from there, we have a book called Long Distance. This is done through IDW. This is part of a range they did in the mid-2010s, sort of romance comics. While stranded in an airport, Carter and Lee meet and hit it off immediately. Unfortunately, he lives in Columbus and she lives in Chicago. Can they manage several relationships separated by 300 miles, a time zone, and the entire state of Indiana? Tons of great testimonials on the back of this from the likes of J.M. DeMatteis, Chris Doc Wyatt, Greg Wiseman, and a few others as well. So that is a complete story, not a multiple volume. Next up, we have 8 Million Ways to Die, a Matthew Scudder mystery. The first graphic novel adaptation of world-renowned writer Lawrence Block's work and his character Matthew Scudder by John K. Snyder III. Crime ravage, 1980s New York, troubled cops, serial killers, my kind of thing right there. So we'll jump into trade paperbacks. As I said, there's quite a big order this week. Doing some top-ups of backstock. So we have X-Men Volume 2. This is from the Jonathan Hickman range. This collects issues 7 to 11 from the start of the Krakoa era. We have X-Men and Fantastic Four. This was a wonderful little 4-part miniseries written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson. And 4 issues in total. Really, really good stuff. And it's about sort of the Fantastic Four's reaction to Krakoa existing. Next up, we have Black Widow Prelude. So going back a little bit here, but this was the prelude for leading Black Widow into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was a 2-issue miniseries, but then what they've done here is they've included issues 43 and 196 of Avengers, going back to the very, very start. The Web of Black Widow 1 and material from Tales of Suspense, so early appearances and that kind of thing as well. Next up, we have a couple of volumes of Insufferable, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is from Mark Waid and Peter Krause. What happens when your crime-fighting sidekick grows up to be an arrogant, ungrateful douchebag who makes Kanye look humble? Worse, what on earth could force the two of you together for one last case? So yeah, a new original superhero book. First couple of volumes just there. Next up we have Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. This is volume 12 from Ryan North and Derek Charm. This collects the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl 47 to 50. So again, just plugging gaps in the back catalogue at this point. Same again with The Life of Captain Marvel. This was a 5-issue miniseries by Margaret Stoll and Carlos Pacheco. So 5 issues in total, the definitive origin of Captain Marvel, if you will. Absolutely love that cover as well. Next up we have Forceworks Iron Man 2020 Robot Revolution. So this was a 3-issue miniseries of Forceworks, and then there's a couple of other smaller series. So you've got Machine Man 1 and 2 and 2020 Iron Age #1 as well. Tons of great talent involved in this, the likes of Matthew Rosenberg, Christos Gage, Christopher Cantwell, Nick Roche, and many others as well. Next up, another few trades for you. So new out this week is Venom Separation Anxiety. So this is a 5-issue miniseries shining a light on more of Eddie Brock's early days as Venom. So David Michelini and art by Geraldo Sandoval. We have Invincible Iron Man #3. This is back when Brian Michael Bendis was doing it. These are the storylines that were going on linking into Civil War 2. So Invincible Iron Man 12 to 14, plus a classic showdown for the ages between Iron Man's Mighty Avengers and the diabolical Doctor Doom from Mighty Avengers 9 to 11 included as well. So some classic storytelling. We have some Punisher in as well. So volume 2 of Becky Cloonan's work. This was with Steve Dillon on art. Issues 7 to 12. The Punisher's mission takes him from wilderness to frozen wasteland. Next up is Kneel Before Zod. So this was an 8-issue miniseries from Joe Casey and Dan McDade. Krypton's greatest villain goes nuclear. So again, 8 issues in total, and also it has the prelude in here from Action Comics 1060. Top it up a wee bit in the image section. So we've had volume 2 of Word Tree in for a while, but volume 1 was on back order, finally back in stock. Great book from James Tynion IV and Fernando Blanco, looking at the dark web. So first 5 issues here, and again falls in that great Image Comics price point of $10, so £9. Speaking of $10, £9, we also have the newest volume of Witchblade from Marguerite Bennett and art by Giuseppe Cafaro. This also includes a 3-page teaser for The Darkness, which is a new take on The Darkness coming soon. This has been great. I've been reading this in single issues. Not a big Witchblade guy from the past or anything like that, just jumped into it cold. Very, very good stuff. More trade paperbacks, they just keep coming this week. So we have Bloodborne. So I think on last week's video I had volumes 2 and volume 3 of Bloodborne. So volume 1 now back in stock. So The Death of Sleep 1 to 4, which as I say is a prelude to the other editions that have all come in. These ones I can pretty much do all as just one big clump. But we have Something's Killing the Children all completely back in stock. Topping up that Boom Studio section, making sure we have all 8 volumes. So we had 1 and 8 there, so this week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, it shows no signs of slowing down, that book. Always comes out at a great price point, £11 a volume, and just some of the best indie stories held around. Next up, we have volume 2 of the recent relaunch of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. So Larry Hama continuing as before, Paul Pelletier on art. This collects G.I. Joe, Real American Hero 306 to 310. Jumping into some of the bigger editions now, so we have the Blade Epic Collection, Night Stalkers. This is volume 2 of Blade, covering 1991 to 1993. Dracula returns to the realm of the unliving, but Blade and fellow vampire hunter Frank Drake are determined to make sure his revival is short-lived. So this has Tomb of Dracula 1 to 4, Night Stalkers 1 to 6, Ghost Rider 31, and material from Midnight Suns Unlimited. Again, getting some of the Ennis backstock back in, so in anticipation for our signing. So The Boys Volume 2, we've got all 6 volumes of The Boys over there, plenty of #1. So again, if you've never jumped into it, now is the perfect time. A couple of top-up volumes for the X-Files hardcovers. These tend to sell very well in stores, so we have Season 10 and Season 11 here. So tons of great stuff in there. Issues 1 to 5 there of Season 11, Volume 1. And then issues from Season 10 as well. So a great continuation of a classic series. Next up, this one that has my attention when I saw it. This is Bo Hampton's Lost Planet. So this is classic sci-fi fantasy. Somewhere in the dark jungles of the Andes Mountains lies a dimensional bridge which leads to a violent medieval world ruled by the magic of the Blackest Sword. Fortune hunter Tyler Flynn enlists fellow expats Ambrose Bierce and Amelia Earhart in a desperate attempt to break free from the diabolical orbit of the Lost Planet. The long-awaited fantasy opus reboot, Lost Planet from author-artist Bo Hampton is returning glorious living black and white. The laboriously plotted and lavishly illustrated tale draws upon fantasy and classic pulp tropes for inspiration, but remains completely unlike anything in comics before and since. Them's are big words. Next up, we have the next hardcover for Sam and Twitch Origins. We've got volume 1 over there on the racks. This is hardcover book 2. This collects issues 14 to 26 as well, so it continues on with Sam and Twitch in the Spawn universe. We've got in some of these sort of weird love, classic, almost EC Comics type books as well. These are printed through IDW. Tons of great testimonies on the back of this as well. So if you like your slightly weird off-center books, that's definitely one to go for. One that I'm looking forward to is Billy 99. I've never read this. This is from Tim Sale and Sarah Byam. So set in 1999, Billy 99 embodies a cautionary tale in which corporate greed and corrupt government affected in America very much like our own today. With that, they pose the question, what is power when everything has been taken away? Celebrate the genius and artistry of Tim Sale with one of his earliest published works that revealed his master storytelling talents. Billy 99 contains over 200 pages of breathtaking, lovingly painted duo shade art. Written by Sarah Byam, the thrice Eisner-nominated miniseries returns as a new deluxe hardcover, remastered in full colour. So I am looking forward to that myself. Any Tim Sale is good Tim Sale, especially if I haven't read it before. And then a couple of omnis to finish off. We have Mark Miller and Phil Hesser omnibus for Swamp Thing. So this is from the Vertigo days. This covers Swamp Thing 140 to 171. As well as that features a brand new introduction by Hester, a brand new afterword by Miller, along with an extensive gallery of never before seen artwork from the making of this epic. And then 2 more to finish off with. We have Adam Warlock. This is volume 1 of the Adam Warlock. We have created by Stanley and Jack Kirby, reconceived by Roy Thompson, Gil Kane, resurrected as a tormented god by Jim Starlin. Adam Warlock's original life and death saga complete in one cosmic omnibus. So contains everything in here from Fantastic Four to Thor to Power of Warlock, Incredible Hulk, The Thing, Marvel 2-in-1s. Really, really definitive there for Adam Warlock. And then one last one to finish off, which is the Amazing Spider-Man Beyond omnibus. So this was so the current run, which is coming to an end. So you had Zeb Wells finishing off his run. Prior to that, this is where we were with Amazing Spider-Man. So 75 to 93, you've got all the .BEY issues, or .Beyond issues in here as well. You've got Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond, material from the other Amazing Spider-Man issues, free comic book day issues, and all sorts. So big massive Spider-Man event right there, all collected into omnibus form. So the box is empty. That is everything for us in terms of going out onto the racks this week. As ever, we like to make sure we've got as much choice as possible. Tons out there on the racks for you guys to look through. So we like to think we really do stock something for everyone in the store. As I say, I hope you enjoyed this. It's always good keeping you guys up to date. I'll hopefully see you in the store throughout the week. So until then, take it easy.